the end of the year.
Working families are struggling to keep the heat on and food on the table.
As you celebrate the holidays with your families, please consider a donation that will go directly to your community.
Live here.
Give here. United.
Visit 921thegoat.com/united for more information and to donate today.
Antrim Way Honda will buy your car. Its value is at an all-time high, so if you're considering selling it, talk to Antrim Way Honda. You can try selling it online, listing it in the newspaper, or trading it at another dealer, or you can stop by Antrim Way Honda. They'll make you an offer on the spot. No waiting, no negotiating over the phone. Just drive into the dealership and leave with a check in your hands. Even if you're not interested in purchasing another vehicle, it's that easy. Happy holidays from Antrim Way Honda, 200 South Antrim Way, Greencastle.
Live from the Meritus Health Studio, you come to 92 on the GOAT for local news and sports. Now go to the best for your health. Meritus Health. Learn more at meritushealth.com. They've got your whole family covered. Meritus Health, expert care close to home.
$25,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
WIKG, Mercersburg, Chambersburg, Greencastle, 92 on the GOAT, the Tri-State's home for sports and news. Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katie.
Let's talk Tri-State.
Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Let's Talk Tri-State.
Wait. Hump Day? Yeah.
I really thought I did something wrong.
Yeah, you did. You didn't acknowledge it's Hump Day.
I'm sorry. It's all powered by Home Right Windows and Doors, the right choice, winner in the 2024 Best of the Tri-State. Yes, it is Hump Day, halfway through the week, and officially 14 days until Christmas.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and this is probably, I was going to say this is the most panicked I've been in a while, but I'm really not, because there's been so many other things going on personally with me trying to buy this house that I feel like the Christmas season is just kind of snuck by me a little bit. Nobody's really expecting anything from me.
Well, because we expect so much from you in other years,
right.
Like coffee creamer.
Sometimes I really bring it. Some years I really
you did bring the coffee creamer to my house.
Sometimes I really bring my A game, and sometimes I just don't. And this year I'm just not. However, I do love the gift that I got for you and your family. But we need to circle back on something. I don't have an actual gift for Reagan. It's an all-encompassing gift for your family. So I need you to find something at your house that Reagan won't miss, or maybe she's not playing with, that I can wrap and give to her.
Mm-hmm. I have the perfect thing.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I really do have the perfect thing. A few years ago, we had some friends over, and I had a gift for their daughter that I forgot I had.
Oh.
It's not wrapped, but anyway, the point is, I still see it every time I go into our storage area, and I thought, you know what, because now this year, Reagan is that age.
Old enough to appreciate that present.
Right. So I was like, well, that would be the perfect year to give that to her. And I guess Auntie Katie can lay that on her.
What does that say about me, though, that I am...
That you rely on the kindness of others.
I'm happy to go get her a present. But if you already have something that's just lying around...
Katie is the type of person who travels to a Thanksgiving dinner with Tupperware in hand. That should just tell you all you need to know.
Sometimes it's nice if you're hosting a dinner party to have somebody show up with the Tupperware, so you don't have to take all the leftovers into the refrigerator and worry about it later. They're just taken for you. I'm doing everybody a favor.
You know what? I'm all for you putting that spin on it.
I like to do everybody a favor, and so I'm a wonderful guest at parties and Christmas celebrations. Today,
because typically what I get is I remember distinctly Reagan's last birthday. We had Fat Russ catered it, and Katie comes over to me, and I'm pretty much, we're wrapping up. There was a good bit left over, and Katie goes, Tiny, you know you and Mary aren't going to eat all that. It's
correct.
It's going to go bad.
And you did not give me any of that food.
I said, and what's your point? Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is I would have, obviously I was giving you a hard time. I wouldn't have cared had you taken food, but what wound up happening is my mother is shameless. So she wound up taking almost everything.
Yeah, so her and I were going to go to blows, and I thought, today's not the day.
Well, and she just had a chemo treatment, too, so it probably wouldn't have been the day to do it.
But I did last year for Christmas, I did buy Reagan a Christmas present that was not appropriate for her age.
Oh, I remember that.
So maybe I could just re-gift that. Does she have, what was it? It was like a sticker maker or something?
I don't even remember.
It required, I think it was a sticker maker because I bought it for my nieces as well.
There was a lot of dexterity it needed.
But you have to really get the pieces and put them, a lot of motor
Oh, no, not
functions.
stickers. It was like little, almost like beads.
I think
they were stick. Yeah, you're right.
I think they did make stickers.
Yeah, it was like a 3D. Yeah, it was like a sticker, but it was a bead. It had adhesive on it. And Mary, that's right.
Mary
loved
used it. Yes, it was for children like 6 and up, and Reagan was 3 or 4 at the time.
Now, don't get me wrong. Reagan was loving seeing the colored beads that Auntie Katie got her.
Right, but she can't pick them up and create these 3D stickers.
Not realizing that the only time she'd be able to use that is when she's walking the stage at graduation.
Right, so I'm really killing it in the gift department, but...
Well, something sure is dying.
That's right. Well, rainy today and a high of 55 tonight. We could see some rain and snow showers, and it's going to drop low. It's going to go from 55 today to 24 tonight, and then very cold tomorrow, sunny, but the high is only 32. So I know something has been going around. If you've been lucky enough to steer clear of it, this might be what gets you, because it looks like another cold snap is coming through.
But it's better than the 20s. It's better than the low 20s for the high, for the day.
Oh, for the day. Well, we're not too far away from it.
I mean, once you reach a certain point, you might as well, who cares, just go for it.
It's a moot point at that, it's a wash, if you will.
It's a snow boot point, if that is.
Today's December 11th. It was 305 years ago in 1719. The first recorded sighting of the Aurora Borealis took place in New England, and it sent some of the Puritans into a panic because they thought it was a sign of Judgment Day. Could you imagine not knowing anything about it, and you look up in the sky and you see those lights? I mean, I would probably panic as well.
Like, boy, I've really been bad.
This is a sign of something.
Well, Katie would be the person who'd go, oh, look at those beautiful lights. And I would be the person running out. You're like, grab your children. Oh, God, what's happening here? And you're like, Tiny, what are you doing?
It was 83 years ago that Hitler declared war on the United States in 1941.
Didn't work out too well for him.
1951, Joe DiMaggio announced his retirement from baseball. He retired with 2,214 career hits. 43 years ago in 81, Muhammad Ali fought his 61st and final fight, losing to Trevor Burbick.
Not a clue. We'll go with it.
The greatest finished his career 56-5 with 37 knockouts. 33 years ago, Rufio, yes, was released. And we talked about this movie before. That movie scared me when I was younger. Yes.
Interesting.
Because remember, now it's been years, so my memory is escaping me on it. But somebody comes in and like takes the kids.
Yeah.
And they fly to Never Never Land.
Right, yeah.
That part terrified me when it got really dark and it was really windy and the windows open and then the parents figure out something's going on and they go to check on the kids and they're gone.
Yeah.
That part terrified me when I was a kid.
I just love the knock on the door. He opens the door. It's snowing. Slams the door in their face.
You did talk about that.
That's my favorite thing. And I do that every time it snows.
Do people understand the joke that you're making?
Yes, because I really only do it around Mary, so she knows exactly. It's one of her favorite movies. So she knows exactly what I'm doing.
I wonder how many times you crack the same joke based on movies. You know, I can't tell you how many times a day I hear, "Bend over and I'll show you." I wasn't talking to you. I hear you say that so many, even when it's not Christmas.
Yeah. I could be walking on a hardwood floor and I'll say, "And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?"
I don't know, Margot. Today is National App Day, and not like appetizers, but apps for your phone. These were some interesting facts. What do you think is the most downloaded app of all time?
Facebook.
Facebook. Very good. Yeah. Very good.
Give me a hard one. That was super easy.
I don't know how to work this into a question, but I'll just say it. On the Apple App Store, over 60% of apps have never been downloaded. A recent study showed that people prefer apps over websites. That one doesn't surprise me too much, but Google's Play Store has the highest number of apps available, over 2.8 million.
What's your favorite app? Not count. Okay, sorry.
That was going to be
Gotcha.
was going to be my next question for you. Let me just wrap this up quickly. China has banned mainstream social apps like Facebook and WhatsApp, and instead have their own version, Weibo and Renren. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but WhatsApp is a good app. I use that a lot when I travel. Okay, so I was thinking we could talk about most used app and favorite app.
Okay. So most used, I think what we should do is at the outset, just clear off the social medias as options for either one. Okay. So just because I think they're the obvious, Facebook is the most.
That's the one I'm on the most. Yes.
Maybe for some people it's their favorite, but for me, most used would probably be Amazon. Favorite, that's a tough one. I really don't know what I would say is my favorite. I have a lot of useful ones. The one that I think to me is the most useful it was a free app, and I think it's called Our Groceries. So we have all the different stores that we go to have their own. You just hit it, and then within that store you can add items you need from that store. Now I know that obviously Alexa, now you simply say, Alexa,
add milk to the list.
Sure. And Mary did just tell me that this app now partners with Alexa to do that very thing. Mm-hmm. But I just love, because I always forget, oh man, I needed to get like deodorant or it's something, small. And I'll be like, if I just put it on there, and when I remember to put it on there, I look at that, oh, yep, I do need deodorant.
I just put it all on my notes. So if you go to my notes in my phone, it's just a big, long list of notes that I've been writing down for the last 5 years, but at the bottom is always things that I remember that I need.
Well, one thing that I love is that that Mary and I can share it, and it updates in real time. So if I say to her, hey, I'm going to Walmart, if you need anything, put it on the list.
She can see
she puts it on there,
and you can see
I'll see it immediately. Yeah.
Oh, and what's it called?
Our Groceries. Yeah.
Our Groceries.
Very good. And I think it's called Ours because it is meant to be like a family share type thing. Yeah.
Not HOUR.
No, you only have 60 minutes to shop. The groceries are going to be on there for an hour. If they disappear, you ain't getting it.
You know what app I actually think I'm on the most is my banking app.
Knowing you, yeah.
Every day I check my bank. It's always the same, but every day it's like I wake up. Whoa, okay, it's the next day. I gotta check my bank app every day. That's what I'm checking. Like first thing when I'm expecting that there's gonna be some random deposit of thousands of dollars that just magically worked its way into my bank account.
It's the version of opening up the refrigerator 10 times a night.
Sure.
Like something magical is gonna just appear.
Yes, I spend a lot of time on that app, and honestly, Hulu. That would be. Okay. I watch Hulu constantly on my phone.
I don't use my. A lot of people do. I know you do. I don't use my phone to watch movies or videos or anything.
It's probably a good habit that you've never developed because I fall asleep. You know how people fall asleep with the TV on?
Yeah.
I fall asleep with my phone on. Mm-hmm. But it is, I have insomnia, so I'm always waking up in the middle of the night, and then my phone is still playing, and then I get hooked on the episode of Friends that I've seen 1,000 times, and I'm like, oh, this is the episode where Ross and Rachel, and I have to watch it.
Yeah, and it's like, this is so funny. You should see this.
It's so bad. It's such a horrible habit to have. I've tried to put my phone, on the shelf on the other side of the room, but
it's the fact that it's the phone that surprises me. Like you watching, because Mary does it too. Like we were on our way back from Hershey the other day, and she watched the latest episode of Outlander that she really likes. Mm-hmm. Now I don't care if she watches it, but she just knocks him out when I'm not there. And I was singing to my Christmas music, and she's just on her phone watching that show. But it's not a matter of you should or shouldn't watch movies while you sleep. That I just don't understand using the phone.
I don't. It's just ease, I guess.
Yeah.
My television in my room doesn't have the apps on it. It doesn't have a Roku. It's the screencast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So whatever I have on my phone, I can just cast it to the television, and so.
But you're just using the phone.
Correct.
You're not actually holding the phone.
No, I am.
Oh, you are.
I am. Yes. It's just sometimes
while you're casting it.
No, I'm not casting.
So then why'd you bring that up? Do you?
In case you were wondering why I didn't watch it on Roku.
Well, why don't you use that?
Well, because it only works on 2 apps. It only works on Netflix and HBO Max. It doesn't work on Hulu.
Okay. Gotcha.
And normally I'm watching something from Hulu, but sometimes that thing doesn't work very well. Like the volume goes in and out, and I can't. I don't have a sleep button on the remote, so it's just easier to just do it on my phone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, is that all right with you?
I can respect all of it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, good for you. And speaking of good, let's take a look at the good word of the day.
Hi, this is Pastor Tim Beitzel from First Assembly of God in Shippensburg, PA. I have a devotional today based on Psalm 139, verses 23 and 24. Let me read those verses out of the New Living Translation. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Point out anything in me that offends you and lead me along the path of everlasting life. Boy, doesn't that speak to all of us today, regardless of our path in life or even whether we are following Jesus. There are things that happen to all human beings in this life because we do live in an imperfect world. And David here is giving God permission to search his heart and to take out what doesn't belong there. And interesting that he includes anxious thoughts. God does not intend for us to live in anxiety and fear. If we give God permission to do all things that he wants to do in us, but first of all, he mentions to know my anxious thoughts. Wow, what an incredible thought that is, that God does not intend for us to live with anxiety. He goes on to say, point out anything in me that offends you. Wow. Isn't that something for us to think about today? In a world where it seems like everybody's offended at the least little thing, everybody seems to draw offense by everything. There's a real pandemic of a critical spirit going around. But listen, how about if we take the attitude before God that says, if there's anything in me that offends you, take it out. Good advice for us today. I invite you to check our church out at www.agshp.org. Looking forward to seeing you again real soon. God bless.
News is all powered by Veritas Men's Health in Hagerstown. They have telehealth available, and you can find them online at veritasmenshealth.com. Tiny, I thought of you when I read this. Calling all night owls.
What'd you think of me?
Well, WBO Health and Fitness in Waynesboro, they are now open 24 hours a day. I know you used to teach a spin class there.
Yep.
But the business located in the Borough Plaza on Walnut Street can be accessed after hours with a members-only key card. Owners said with many people working second or third shifts or 12-hour shifts, the need is apparent. And I like that idea because people's schedules are all over the place. Yeah. And I mean, I've said this multiple times. I have insomnia, and sometimes I think at 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe I should just get up and go work out.
Yeah.
But where am I going to do that? I'm not going to run in the middle of the night around Greencastle. This would be a really good alternative to that.
Get on a treadmill because your poor neighbor below you would, wouldn't
yeah,
get to sleep at all.
I don't think she would like that
No, not at all.
That wouldn't be very kind to Belinda.
Well, Hagerstown Police's recruitment efforts are paying off. We talked about their recruitment efforts a while back. The police department could have more than 20 additional officers by next fall compared to earlier this autumn, Police Chief Paul Kiefer said last week. The department is one of many across the country that struggled with recruitment and retention in recent years, as many officers have retired often earlier than anticipated or left for other police agencies or careers. Kiefer, back in 2023, referred to the triple whammy from the impact of the 2021 police reform laws, national media attention about police shootings and protests, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Last week, he told city leaders that some candidates backed out because of their families not wanting them working in law enforcement. Kiefer told the new mayor and Hagerstown City Council last week that the salary increases and hiring bonuses approved by the previous council made an impact, according to a YouTube video of that meeting.
And you said 20 additional
About
officers?
20, yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's great, yeah. It is great. And God bless them all. I wish them, great health. It's a job that is oftentimes a thankless job, puts them right in the line of, danger, and their families, they all deserve as much praise as we can heap on them.
We do love our local law enforcement,
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at sports with Andy.
In Washington County girls basketball last night, Smithsburg beat North Hagerstown 51-28. Mountain Ridge beat Clear Spring 55-50. Northern Garrett beat Hancock 56-14. And Williamsport beat Hedgesville 43-30. Tonight, St. James takes on Chapelgate, tip-off at 4 p.m. Grace Academy travels to Berkeley Springs. That tip-off is at 5 p.m. Tip-off at 6 p.m. for Broad Fording going up against Martinsburg. And tip-off at 6:30 p.m. for Boonesboro at South Carroll and Williamsport at Francis Scott Key. And tip-off at 7 p.m. for South Hagerstown going to Middletown. Wrestling action coming up tonight. Boonesboro goes to St. James, and that match starts at 5 p.m. Also coming up tonight, boys basketball. Grace Academy goes to Berkeley Springs. That tip-off is at 6:30 p.m. Smithsburg travels to North Hagerstown. Tip-off at 7. Also tipping off at 7 is South Carroll at Boonesboro and Middletown at South Hagerstown. A tip-off at 7:15 for Frederick Warriors at Heritage and Francis Scott Key at Williamsport. Tip-off at 7:30 p.m. The Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils picked up a pair of wins versus James Buchanan last night. In girls basketball, Greencastle Antrim beat James Buchanan 59-38. And in boys basketball, Greencastle beat James Buchanan as well, 59-. And in boys basketball, Greencastle Antrim beat James Buchanan as well, 76-67. Coming up tonight, you can check out Harrisburg taking on Chambersburg for high school basketball. Tip-off is at 7:15 p.m.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
I feel the same way that I felt yesterday. I feel like this was a game that the Cowboys should have won.
They did.
They did. I didn't think they were spectacular, but that's okay. You don't have to do style points. This isn't college. We're not trying to impress the BCS. This was good for them to get away with a win. And I still have them not making the playoffs this year. Hey, this is Maggie Gray on 92.1 The GOAT, the Tri-State home for local sports and news.
Explore, discover, succeed. The area's premier learning institution is Franklin County Career and Technology Center on Loop Road in Chambersburg.
Enroll now for adult education fall 2024 classes, including but not limited to pharmacy technician certification and certified nurse's assistant program. Also, welding and CNC machinist programs. Some courses may be funded through the Career Link.
All courses, descriptions, and pricing can be found at franklinctc.com under Adult Education or contact Faye at 717-263-9033, extension 1512 for more information.
You can apply online at apply.franklinctc.com by mail or stop at the Career Tech on Loop Road in Chambersburg.
Explore, discover, succeed. You can do it all right here in Franklin County. Availability limited. Enroll today.
You can apply online at apply.franklinctc by mail or stop at the Career Tech on Loop Road in Chambersburg. My car looks as good as the day I bought it.
Well, everyone says the Rain Tunnel is the only car wash they use.
Have you been to the Rain Tunnel lately? Customers are raving about the next generation ceramic you can only get at the Rain Tunnel. Stop by and see why. Ask about the Wash Club too. It's a great way to save money. For the best shine around, use the Rain Tunnel Car Wash, Orchard Drive, Chambersburg, and on Lincoln Way East. Learn more at theraintunnelwash.com.
At Middletown Valley Bank, advancing financial journeys is at the core of all they do. As your trusted bank of choice in the community, Middletown Valley Bank is proud to serve and grow together. This holiday season, Middletown Valley Bank wishes you warmth, joy, and happiness with those you hold dear. From everyone at Middletown Valley Bank, happy holidays. Middletown Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This holiday season, CWP would like to take a moment to reflect on an incredible year.
This is Kristen
and Craig from CWP.
This year, we proudly celebrate our 50th anniversary. Thank you for all the loyalty and trust from our customers. The dedication and hard work that each of our employees display every day is second to none.
You are the ones that made this milestone year possible. Thank you all. Wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas and a healthy, Happy New Year.
From the CWP family to yours.
Jingle, jingle.
Are you currently medically uninsured and a citizen of Washington County, Maryland? Uninsured citizens are healthier and more productive through free access to health care. The Community Free Clinic can help those in need of physical or mental health care, including prescription medicine and lab services. Services are not based on income. Most services are free to qualifying patients. Are you currently medically uninsured? If you are in need of physical or mental health care, go to mycommunityfreeclinic.org to see if you qualify. Your health, their priority.
Meredith Medical Center has been receiving straight A's. Hi, this is Heather Markell, Meredith Medical Center's Chief Nursing Officer. We are proud to announce that the hospital has earned its 4th straight A designation for hospital safety grade from patient safety watchdog, the Leapfrog Group. Leapfrog says that only 30% of hospitals in the U.S. have received an A. It's the dedication of our team members that got this award, so let's give them a big thank you for all that they do, and thank you for choosing Meredith Medical Center.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice winner in the 2024 Best of the Tri-State Awards.
From Teflon Roofing, we have Jason Morris back with us again. How you doing?
Good. Excellent to be here. Thank you, guys.
How's the roofing business going?
Slowly.
I bet.
Yeah.
But you got it covered.
Yeah, we burn a lot of money in the wintertime.
Yeah.
We burn through a lot of cash flow, unfortunately, but, it's going to be quality above everything else. And a lot of roofing companies really doesn't bother them too much, but it's not our cup of tea. Like the first, 4 or 5 years I installed, I actually did it with my bare hands. That way, kind of learn all the ins and outs of all the roofing systems, things like that. And from the things that I saw, I don't want my name put on anything that gets installed in the wintertime unless it's a lifetime product.
Okay.
Shingles, like, you're going to lose granules. I don't care what the manufacturers say. I've seen it firsthand, and I wouldn't put it on my house in the wintertime. So if I'm not going to do that, I'm obviously, there's exclusions to that. We got 2 of them coming up next week that we're going to have to make exclusions for just because it needs to be done right now. But I give the homeowner the option. I tell them, hey, if it was my house, this is what I would do. And I'd say 90-95% of the time they go with the recommendation and wait till March, April until it warms back up.
If they can wait, sure, why not?
Yeah.
What about repairs? Is it the same caveat for repair jobs when it comes to this time of year?
No. Okay. Yeah. It really doesn't matter. Like, the only thing that really sucks is if we ever get snow in South Central PA ever again, which I want some just because I have a 5-year-old and I want to go outside and have fun with him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you have a repair, like if you put off repairs, you're looking at mold damage, you're looking at plywood, possibly drywall. So that's something that has to be handled pretty immediate.
At the very least, let's do what we have to do to get you by until.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's normal. Like a lot of the contracts, I think we had 13 contracts that were sold in December or January last year. And probably I'd say about half of them, we either did a small repair or put a tarp over a specific area just so there's no more damage that occurs until we can get the installation done.
That's what I like about your company, Jason, is that people don't want to buy a new roof if they don't have to. And I think a lot of times whenever there is something wrong with the roof, that's what you're immediately thinking. I'm going to call a roofing company and they're going to say the whole thing needs to be replaced.
Yes.
But if you don't have to, repair it. Do what you can to sustain the life of it because it is not a cheap fix to put on a new roof.
Well, and I look at it probably different than a lot of people. That's why we're trying to stay a little bit smaller because the more people you add, the more people that paycheck depends on them actually selling the roof compared to, if you have 3 to 5 years left on your roof, an average roofing company is going to try to get you to replace the roof at the time, whereas like we come out, I say, hey, this is what you have going on. We can do a repair right now, which we're not going to make anything off of. But that's not the point. The point is to build the trust, build the rapport, build the, hey, he's going to be at his Christmas party and be like, hey, look at what these guys did. That way, 5-10 years down the line, when they go and they need a roof, we're automatically going to be one of the ones they call, if not the only company that they call because we were transparent with them when we originally came out.
Well, this works out well for me personally that you're here today. I would like to get some personal advice from you about a roof situation that I'm in.
Okay.
And get ahead of it, if possible. I'm looking into buying a house.
Okay.
It is an older home. It was built in the early 1900s, and it has a slate roof. It is the original slate roof. Now, this is something I'm not super familiar with, but from what I've seen in the research, those roofs can last up to 200 years. Would that be an accurate statement?
I wouldn't say 200, but 100 to 150 years if it is maintained.
Okay.
And that's the difference. Like a lot of the slate roofs, we have a lot in Chambersburg, and we get calls. I'd probably say 5 to 6 every single year. And my first question is, are you looking to preserve the slate roof? And if you are, you need to call a slate specialist. Do not let just a regular roofing company on there. And if they say, hey, yeah, we do slate repair, ask for proof of concept. Show me the slate repairs that you have done on properties because slate does last a long time, but it is really easy to mess up. And if you get up there and you start banging other pieces of slate up, now instead of needing a repair, you're looking at a full roof replacement. And if you have a slate roof, you could probably add close to $10,000 on top of a normal roof cost just because the slate has to come off and then you have to actually put plywood back down on the roof because 95% of all the slate roofs that exist, they don't have any plywood underneath them. So
now, when I did the home inspection on this particular house, when we were up in the attic, the guy who was doing the home inspection did show me that there were areas where there is light peeking through the roof.
Okay.
Now he didn't seem overly concerned about it, but he did say, I would definitely get somebody out here to look at it. Now with something like that, if there are different areas where there is light peeking through, does that immediately signal new roof, or is there a way that you can repair?
I would always, if I had a slate roof that was still in good shape, I would 100% try to preserve it. It is a little concerning that you have spots of light coming through. I would question whoever the previous owner was just to see their maintenance and what they have done along the way. But light shining through the roof is definitely, if you can see light, there's going to be water getting down inside of it. You know what I mean?
Now, you don't, do you guys do slate insulation?
No.
Okay. But you could still look at it for me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can inspect it and tell you, I mean, we could do it, but if you're going to preserve it, you definitely want, there's a company out of Frederick, and there's another one in Carlisle. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but those are definitely the people that you want to talk to if you have to do a slate repair.
I didn't realize it was so special.
Well,
it is.
That's good information to know.
Yeah.
And why is that?
That is a good question. I think it's just more of the experience factor. You know what I mean? Because it's totally different than climbing on a regular roof. Like they have furring strips that are up there, and then the roof rafters that are covered with everything. And a regular piece of slate is about 18 to 21 inches, depending on the manufacturer you get it from. But there's only like 6 to 8 inches of that piece of slate that's actually going to be revealed on the roof. So there's a lot of coverage area, knowing where to nail it properly, and then if you've ever seen any videos online, which if you guys have phones in your pockets right now, I'm sure if you get on YouTube or any social media platform, you're probably going to see videos now that I'm going to mention it. That's kind of an acquired skill.
Yeah, I think everybody does that.
It's an acquired skill. Like when you're chipping slate down to make the pieces fit and everything, that's not something that you're going to learn overnight.
And is that a more expensive roof because of the length of the?
Well, and slate's expensive as well too. And you're looking a conventional roof, you're probably 5 times the much, or it's going to take 5 times longer to install a slate roof than what a conventional roof is.
Could you, here's an interesting question, and this might be a silly question, but again, I'm not a roof specialist. Could you take off slate from a slate roof and then install a different kind of roofing?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we do. We'll do the slate removal, but as far as installing a new slate roof, like there are so many better, in my opinion, better and cheaper options that are going to last that long. Like if you get a Tilcor metal shingle or even standing seam roofs, if you take care of them as they age, you're going to have no issues, and they will last 100 years.
What do you do when you get in this situation? And again, I'm just thinking about my personal experience that's happening to me right now. You're in a duplex, and there's issues with the roof, and the roof needs to be replaced. Both parties have to agree on the replacement on the roof, right?
If it's slate or cedar shake, I mean, you can have a company come out and only replace half the roof, but you're just asking for problems.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even if you have a shingle roof, we get a lot of row homes sometimes, and people call, and I absolutely despise it unless your neighbor's doing it, because that's just an unnecessary leak point. Like if you're in a row home and it's not already separated, now I'm tying into the neighbor's roof. You know what I mean? And I'm creating an extra spot where water can actually get down inside the house, and I'm not a fan of that at all. But I mean, obviously, you know, we're going to do any roof that comes our way.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's just kind of like, it stresses me out a little bit every time I see that. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah.
What is the reasoning? And you said that the removal of the slate roof incurs more cost. What's the reason for that?
One is the weight. This is very, very heavy, very heavy. So you're probably looking, I'd probably say 3 times as much
labor
disposal fee. It really depends on the people that are tearing it off. Like when I was doing it, like I'm super fast at tearing off slate and cedar shakes because I get 2 hammers and just and go to town on it. But at the same time, you got to be more careful because one of those pieces of slate fall down, whatever it hits, it's going to damage. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful in that.
Interesting.
Now, I appreciate you because I know that yesterday when I had my inspection and they were talking about the roof, I said, well, I know exactly who to call to look at it because, there was concern of whoever you call, they're going to say, you're going to need a new roof.
Yeah.
You're going to need a new roof. And I said, well, I actually know a very reputable company that really pushes the fact that if we can preserve it, we're going to.
Yep.
So I appreciate you in advance for helping me with this through this situation, because I can imagine that when someone is looking into buying a home, it's been about 7 years since I bought a home, but the roof was immaculate on my house that I own now. There was no issues with it. But that is one area that you really want to make sure it's intact, it's in good shape as you're moving forward in the purchase of a home.
And I need to, not to get, well, it's not even getting off topic. Home inspectors, I know several of them. And there's a lot of really good home inspectors out there. But even they aren't certified roofers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's becoming more and more apparent that the insurance companies are really buckling down. And there's two things that I want to address here. One is when the home inspector comes out and does the inspection, homeowners need to be aware that if your roof is over 15 years old, your insurance company may make you replace that.
That's, I just went through that with
and
my
the
house.
home inspector he's not going to tell you that. That is not his job. You understand what I'm saying? His job is to make sure the foundation, the hot water heater, everything is intact, the roof looks decent. Most home inspectors fly drones up on a roof, and I don't blame them at all, but people really need to consider getting a roofer to come out and do a proposal on the roof to review everything, make sure everything's intact, and then give you a life expectancy that's left. Because like I said, those insurance companies are not playing any more games
I
anymore.
know, and you know, it's funny you say that, because when I called my insurance company, they very specifically said insurance companies are cracking down on the roof. You need documentation, because it's an old roof and there wasn't a lot. And they said you have to have it. This is not just a my company thing. It's a nationwide thing. But they're really cracking down on that. But
and the second thing that I want to address, because this just happened to us, this was about 3 weeks ago, storm claims, restoration claims. It kind of ties in with the 15-year thing, because if we have a hailstorm that comes through, and companies will be at your door ready to knock in a heartbeat, and even though they tell you have hail damage, that doesn't necessarily you're going to get your whole roof replaced. We ran into one in Chambersburg 3 weeks ago. He had somebody come knock on his door, and they did have previous hail damage in the last 2 years, but it was only one plane of his roof. So now you run into the issue, if you file that claim and the insurance company would have came out, they would have repaired, or they would have replaced the little 4-square area that he had on his house, but that was only 20% of his roof. You know what I mean? So he would have been out of pocket another $8,000 to $10,000. And if he would have had them, okay, well, we're only going to do this roof plane. Okay, they come out, do that roof plane. Well, the next letter that's going to be from the insurance company is your roof is over this amount of age. You need to replace it, or we're dropping your coverage. You know what I mean? So people really need to be a little bit more aware of what's going on their property, especially when it comes to the roof. Keep aware of the well elements. If there is any type of hail that has been reported in the area, call a local roofing company, and don't let some storm knocker knock on your door, because you're just asking for problems. A lot of roofing companies are popping up where people aren't educated in the roofing systems, just because it's such an easy business to start, you know what I mean? And all you need is some software to tell you where all the hail damage is. I'm going to send some guys into this area. We're going to get a roof approved and start making a whole bunch of money. And
well, Jason, we're going to have you back after you take a look at Katie's roof.
Yep, we'll have an update.
We'll get that information out to you, and wouldn't think of anybody else but Jason.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Jason. Coming up, we're going to take a look at news and sports, and it's all powered by Virtus Men's Health in Hagerstown. They have telehealth available online at virtusmenshealth.com.
This holiday season, shop and dine in downtown Hagerstown. Celebrate with family and friends at great restaurants and find unique items at the last pop-up shop of the season. This Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 60 West Washington Street in the center of the city. Not sure what to give? A Main Street gift card is accepted at over 10 downtown businesses. For a list of pop-up vendors or to buy gift cards, visit mainstreethagerstown.org. Shop small and buy local this holiday.
Sunday, January 26th, it's the Tristate Bridal Show, noon to 5 at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. Brides-to-be, this is your chance to meet the area's leading bridal professionals. Venues, photographers, caterers, travel planners, and more. The first 100 brides to register online at this station's website will receive a welcome bag that includes small gifts, coupons, flyers, and a raffle ticket for door prizes. Register now, and we'll see you Saturday, January 26th for the Tri-State Bridal Show at Valley Mall, Hagerstown.
Whether you're new to vaping, are thinking of starting, or already vaping, Vast Vapor will treat you right. Electronic cigarettes are not one size fits all. Vast Vapor works with you one-on-one to help you select the best items to be a true replacement to your smoking habit. With great products and expert advice, Vast Vapor is here for you. Ask about their 7-tier rewards program that actually allows you to get the products you want, and give them a like on Facebook. Vast Vapor has 3 locations: on Moggins Avenue next to Subway in Hagerstown, on the Point near Walmart, Waynesboro, and Gateway Avenue in Chambersburg. Vast Vapor is hiring additional team members for all 3 locations. Has vaping changed your life? Are you passionate about helping others understand the benefits of tobacco harm reduction? Are you reliable, energetic, and trustworthy? Are you an individual with a good sense of humor? Then Vast Vapor is the place for you. Join the Vast Vapor team and help customers make a positive lifestyle change. Vast Vapor, we're not blowing smoke.
As the weather cools down, it's time to warm up your car for the months ahead. You want service you can trust. You want Greencastle Lube Center. They handle all types of maintenance, from oil changes and tires to minor repairs. Don't wait until the cold arrives. Schedule your appointment now and see their full service menu online at greencastlelubecenter.com. Greencastle Lube Center, just off Exit 5 on I-81. And remember to say hi to Sky, the shop dog.
The Cumberland Valley Business Alliance has over 850 members who are part of a strong business community. Listen now for some of our newest members.
My name is Erica Menifee, and I am a state benefit coordinator for Pennsylvania. Our organization specializes in assisting seniors with coverage for their final expenses. We offer low monthly premiums, along with the 24-hour claim approval. We also provide free family planning services and additional support for families on a fixed income. Please contact me at 717-897-7211.
The House of Grace of Chambersburg ministers to women of all ages for their individual needs. Life is tough sometimes. We just need prayer and support to get through the tough times. Please contact Barb at the House of Grace at 717-709-0085.
Be part of a growing business community and join the Cumberland Valley Business Alliance today. Find out more at cvballiance.org.
The JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network.
Am I going to favor them to win the championship this year? The answer is no. That'll be the greatest miracle because this is the New York Jets. And unfortunately, what's most likely is that one day Aaron Rodgers packs his bags and says, I want to leave. The New York Jets don't have a coach, and the New York Jets are going to have to start from scratch and suck for many more years because another Green Bay Packers experiment quarterback screwed them. This is JR of the JR Sport Brief on 92.1 The Go.
Celebrate New Year's Eve at the Martin's Famous Potato Roll Drop, 9 p.m. in Fort Chambers Park in downtown Chambersburg. This is a free family event with outdoor activities starting at 6 p.m. Plus food trucks, entertainment, and a chance to win $1,000 before the drop. Supported by Verstandig Media, Digging and Rigging, Art Sign Company of Chambersburg, Morgan Beck Realtor, Boys and Girls Club of Chambersburg and Shippensburg, Launch UX, Cross and Crown, American Print Consultants, and Mobile Works. Details at downtownchambersburgpa.com/NYE.
Whether you want to keep it cool.
Hey, grab me a popsicle.
Keep it hot.
That smells amazing.
Or keep it clean. We've got the appliance you need at prices that sizzle.
At Springview Appliance and Mattress, we have a full line of appliances and mattresses at the best prices and the personal service to help you find the perfect appliance and mattress for your needs. Springview Appliance and Mattress, Guilford Springs Road in Chambersburg. Life made easier.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katie.
News is all powered by WellSpan, winner of the American Hospital Association's Quest for Quality Award. Teens and Greens, we reported on this yesterday. The Franklin County Career and Technology Center's retail greenhouse is open to fulfill holiday needs. They are located 3015 Molly Pitcher Highway. The greenhouse features poinsettias, wreaths, and greenery. The shop operates on a cash or check-only basis. Hours Monday to Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Thursday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I love this business, but I really love the name, Teens and Greens.
Teens and Greens,
I just love it. It's so cute. So you can check that out for sure.
I think that they should open up and do this during the summer months because then they can have like all the vegetables that I would want. Teens and Greens. I mean, it stands, and they might do that. They may very well do that. So it's the Technology Center's greenhouse. Obviously, greenhouse is, ramping up when it's warmer, so they probably do have that. But remind me to check in on that.
Okay.
That might mean some food for you.
Yeah, listen, anything that gets me something for free, I'm
Tiny, I'll remind you. I'm going to say it on the phone right now. Call Tiny and tell them about the Teens and Greens. Okay. So this is something that you don't expect. This is a sentence that you don't often hear because you hear the opposite. A local Dollar General is closing. Kind of. Typically, we're used to them opening up everywhere.
Revamping?
The traditional Dollar General store in a strip mall is being replaced in Greencastle by a freestanding Dollar General Market at 602 North Antrim Way. The new store will be built between the mall, where Dollar General has been located for nearly 25 years, and Greencastle Collision Center, 650 North Antrim Way.
I know where this is.
The new building is expected to be open between January and March of next year, depending on the construction timetable, according to Dollar General's public relations. The former store's employees will transfer to the new location. And finally, again, to the surprise of no one, Dollar General also has a store at 14415 Molly Pitcher Highway in Greencastle that opened back in 2016.
Let's go ahead and take a look at sports with Andy.
The spotlight was shining on the New York Knicks and the Toronto Raptors last night, as they were the only game in the NBA to be played on Monday evening. The New York Knicks came away with a victory over the Toronto Raptors, 113-108. Karl Anthony Towns had a double-double on the night with 24 points and 15 rebounds, as R.J. Barrett put in 30 points for the Raptors and grabbed 8 rebounds on the game. In NCAA women's college basketball, only one game last night as well in this category. The Kentucky Wildcats, ranked number 16 in the nation, beat Queens University 87-45. The leading scorer for the Wildcats was Hassett with 19 points and 6 rebounds. As for men's college basketball last night, Boston University got a victory over Thomas, 113-75. Indiana beat Minnesota 82-67. South Carolina State got a victory over Charleston Southern, 82-63. VCU with the victory over Pennsylvania, 66-47. And Baylor came away with the win against Abilene Christian, 88-57. Last night in the NFL, we saw Monday Night Football, and it was a good one. It was a high-scoring affair. The Bengals winning against the Cowboys 27-20. Joe Burrow threw for 369 yards with 3 touchdowns, going 33 for 44 on the night in passing. Chase Brown rushed 14 times for 58 yards and also had 65 yards receiving and a touchdown. Jamar Chase, 14 receptions, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns for their star wideout. As for the Cowboys, Cooper Rush went 16 of 31 with 183 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Rico Dowdle had a great rushing game, 18 carries for 131 yards. CeeDee Lamb had 6 receptions for 93 yards and a score as well. And Brandon Cooks also scored for the Cowboys on 1 reception for 3 yards in the red zone. The Bengals moved to 5-8 and keep in the playoff race in the AFC as the Cowboys fall to 5-8 in the NFC East and the NFC playoff rankings.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com.
The JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network.
Am I going to favor them to win the championship this year? The answer is no. That'll be the greatest miracle because this is the New York Jets. And unfortunately, what's most likely is that one day Aaron Rodgers packs his bags and says, I want to leave. The New York Jets don't have a coach. And the New York Jets are going to have to start from scratch and suck for many more years because another Green Bay Packers experiment quarterback screwed them. This is JR of the JR Sport Brief on 92.1 The GOAT.
Searching for news you can believe? Vetted, accurate, and timely? LocalNews1.org brings it all together. Local sports, local entertainment, local government, local events, all for just 99 cents your first month. Subscribe today. Local news by locals for locals.
This holiday season, sparkle and shine with the perfect gift from R. Bruce Carson Jewelers. From elegant earrings to dazzling diamond rings, the rarity, beauty, and quality of our jewelry is unmatched. When you give a gift with the R. Bruce Carson name on the box, you are giving the very best. We will even wrap it for you. During the month of December, enjoy $50 off $250, $100 off $500, and $500 off $2,500 or more. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us at Carson Jewelers. Carson Jewelers, making timeless memories
since 1902.
Join the John Allison Public House this Christmas season with your family and friends for a wonderful evening full of delicious food and great company. We have our full menu of fresh squeezed crushes, 18 beers on tap, and signature cocktails. Join us for our annual Christmas Eve party from 11 to 5 with a special menu and holiday cocktails. The John Allison Public House in Greencastle has it all. Check out Facebook for our live music and event schedule. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the John Allison Public House, South Antrim Way, Greencastle, founder of Good Times.
Someone will win $1,000 at the Martin's Famous Potato Roll Drop New Year's Eve at Chambers Fort Park in downtown Chambersburg. The party starts at 6 p.m. Live stream sponsored by Cross and Crown. Silver sponsors for Standing Media, Launchucks, Boys and Girls Club of Chambersburg and Shippensburg, Morgan Beck Realtor, Custom Integrated Trailer Solutions by Brad Beck, Healthy Community Partnership, Art Sign Company of Chambersburg, and Digging and Rigging. Details at downtownchambersburgpa.com/NYE.
Getting on the road is easier than you think. Schedule a test ride today at M&S Harley Davidson to find the one. Let freedom inspire you. Fresh ideas, fresh bikes, your own style, your own choice. Grab hold of the Harley Davidson experience and create the hottest bike on the road. Wind, miles, freedom begins at M&S Harley Davidson. 160 Falling Spring Road off exit 16 of I-81 in Chambersburg. Call 717-709-9650. M&S Harley Davidson. They fulfill dreams of personal freedom.
WIKG, Mercersburg, Chambersburg, Greencastle, 92.1 The Goat, the Tri-State's home for sports and news.
Live from the Meritus Health studio for local news and sports, stay with 92.1 The GOAT. For expert healthcare, choose Meritus. Visit meritushealth.com/now to schedule your virtual urgent care or primary care visit. Meritus Health, expert care close to home.
When you and your loved one need extra support for a very serious illness, there's just one call to make. To Hospice of Washington County.
They provided a team of professionals to meet our loved ones and our family's needs.
They allowed me to be my mother's daughter again and to spend special time with her. I knew I had help just a phone call away.
They were there in our home with help and medical equipment exactly when we needed them.
When your loved one needs extra support for a serious illness, there's just one call to make. To Hospice of Washington County. Hospice care is a fully covered Medicare and Medicaid benefit, and no one is ever turned away for an inability to pay. Hospice of Washington County cares for the whole family. Call 301-791-6360. That's 301-791-6360. Or visit hospiceofwc.org.
Are you looking for increased sales and profits for your business? Verstandig Media can help. But don't just take our word for it.
Negley's Water has a long-standing relationship with Verstanding Media. Their coverage map flows right into our customer base. We couldn't be happier with the amount of brand awareness and potential customer education that Verstanding Media provides. If you want advertisement that supports growth, Verstanding Media is it.
If you want a full-service marketing team working for you, visit 921thegoat.com/marketing today.
If your Christmas list includes power tools, grills, and other manly things, send your Santa to Knitter House Hardware, your gift headquarters for steel and Milwaukee tools, Milwaukee heated gear, Napoleon and Traeger grills and accessories, Duke Cannon grooming products, along with truck and tractor toys for the kids. The friendly, knowledgeable staff can help you pick out the perfect gifts. Knitter House Hardware, Chambersburg's neighborhood hardware store just off Wayne Avenue. Shop early this year at Knitter House.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors, the right choice, winner in the 2024 Best of the Tri-State.
Our friends from the Waynesboro area YMCA are back with us. We have Kim Eaton, who is the CEO, and we have Doug Tangler, who is the lifeguard there, and keeping everybody nice and safe. And last time we spoke, Kim, you were doing your Save the Pool fundraiser.
Yep.
So I thought we could spend a little time and check in. How is it going?
It's going great.
Good.
We're at about 115,000 right now.
And what's the total that
we're getting to 350, but we're at 115, so we're really happy about that. The community has really come forward and helped us out. It's been great. We're having Swim with Santa on Sunday, so if anybody's interested, come out. You can come right in at it's from 2 to 4 on December 15th. That's on Sunday afternoon. But if you don't have a ticket, it's fine. Just come on in and we'll get you signed up. And we're having raffles. It's been a big time.
Is this event on Sunday one of your big fundraisers for the pool that's coming up?
Yes.
Okay. What's the cost to join?
It's $15 a person to
Okay.
come in, but we never turn anybody away. So if somebody has some issue with being able to pay that, we've had some donations for people to come
Like
in.
an angel fund almost.
Yeah, and so, if you really want to bring your kids and you really can't afford that, contact us, let us know. We'll make sure that your kids are included.
And then you actually swim with
yeah.
Santa? Okay.
Yeah, Santa will be in the pool.
And then you get photos?
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll have photos, and we have stuff going on in the gym, and we're going to have a Christmas movie playing, so there's going to be lots to do.
This is fun for Santa, who's always all, bundled up in the North Pole. Now he gets to relax and do a little swimming, so that's great.
Yeah, there you go. We'll have the slide out.
Oh,
so we'll see. I don't know about Santa going down the slide, but yes, it's going to be great.
Awesome. Now, Doug, you obviously work a lot with the pool, and so why is this so important to you?
Well, it's important to me. I've been a lap swimmer for a long time, and at the beginning of the summer, I wasn't able to swim laps very often at the YMCA because they had to close down during the day due to a lifeguard shortage that we had there. So I contacted Kim, talked with her about my concerns, and she happened to know that I was certified as a lifeguard. So I relayed my concerns, and in the same conversation, Kim said, "Would you like a job?" And
I love how that works.
Yeah, so that really solved some of the issues there. We were able to keep our hours open. We were able to get our lap swimmers in and more hours. And then a few weeks after that, they were able to hire a really great aquatics director, John Mata. And John came to the YMCA, and he's a coach with one of the swim teams, and he knows a lot of the kids. And one of his really strong skills was recruiting. So after John came there, he was able to recruit enough guards, and then we are open all the time now. And just to give you an hours of the YMCA pool, they start at 5:30 in the morning. So if you want to come in, swim, take a shower, and go to work, you can do that. They close a little bit in the afternoon, but then they're open till 8:45 in the evening. So there are several shifts of lifeguards, and we're just very fortunate that John came in and was able to do recruiting and get us fully staffed.
And there are times where the pool is reserved for only lap swim or for aquatic exercise. And is there with the big pool, are there any quote unquote free swim hours?
Yes. Kim, do you want to answer
The
that?
schedule changes. So it's complicated, believe me, because we're open all the time. So you have to check the schedule. We have free swim. Sometimes we have lap swimmers in some of the lanes while we have a class at the same time in some of the lanes. So we try to make the most of both our pools.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there are also a number of other activities. There's 2 swim teams that use the pool as well, too. We have classes called Power Hour in deep water, which are exercise classes. We have lap swimmers that come in as well, too. There's free swim in the evening. And the free swim is really nice in the summertime when it's about 98 degrees outside. And they can come into the air-conditioned YMCA and swim with their kids in there.
Kim, tell us again, though, when you were here last time, take us through what is wrong currently with the pool. It is a wonderful, beautiful Olympic-sized swimming pool. From first glance, you walk in and see it. On that side, you don't see anything.
Oh, yeah,
wrong.
it looks great.
It is when you get into the bowels of the pool system.
You go to the basement and you see.
We saw the pictures.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly down there, and we have a leak going on that's really increased our water bill, and we just have to live with that until we get it repaired. But it's just one of those things. It's like your car; you have to do upkeep, and unfortunately, this one's ready for some major repair, and it's just costly.
And you have the leak, but you also have the pump is going bad. Is that correct?
The pump's bad, the chlorination system, we want to move it all out of the basement. The water situation in the basement has degraded some of the concrete, so we're going to put in a retaining wall to keep that pool together. Because right now it's perfect, there's no cracks in it, there's no problems with the pool, the plumbing's all fine. It's just the mechanical system is failing.
And I don't think that people realize how costly this is. I mean, the pool is huge. It's a massive pool, and you said $350,000.
$350,000, yeah.
That's an enormous number, and I just don't know if people realize that it is that expensive to fix this pool, and that's why we are doing the Save the Pool fundraiser.
Yeah, and it's not, let's face it, repairing things is not the most fun thing for anyone to do. You know, we would rather like beautify something.
Of course.
But you know, this pool, as Doug stated, is used by so many people, and it's such a cornerstone for Waynesboro. We have people from all over.
And one thing I wanted to mention too, we are the Waynesboro area YMCA, but it's the area, if we focus on that, when I lifeguard there, I get to talk with a lot of the people, see where they're from. We have people that come from Greencastle. I met a lady yesterday that comes from close to Mercersburg. We have people from Emmitsburg and Sibyllsville. So we actually service the southern part of Franklin County and then the northern part of Washington and Frederick counties as well too, because there just aren't that many pools around.
Absolutely, and I think I said this to you last time, Kim. When I think of the Y, I think of the pool. Like that is the staple to the Y.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It wouldn't be the same if the pool was not operational. If it
Oh,
had to
absolutely.
close down and we just couldn't raise the money, it just wouldn't make the facility the same. And you know, like you said, Doug, there are so many uses for the pool outside of just come swim some laps. There's, you know, classes and swimming with Santa and events, and it really is
And the teams, I think, is a great thing
massive
too,
part to the facility.
There's a YMCA team, and then about 3 years ago they started a high school team as well too. So there's actually 2 teams that use it. Also, another great use of the pool is when they run all their summer camps, and then the kids, when they're hot outside, they're done playing soccer or whatever their outside sports are. They've got their suits on. They come in and they cool off in the pool, and that's really great for the summer camps for them to be able to cool off on the hot days.
Kim, when it comes to the pool, Katie brought up an interesting question earlier when it said about the cost and how just enormous it is. Let's say everything in the pool were fixed, up to date, good to go right now. What is the average yearly operational cost of just the pool?
You know, that I'd have to divide out. That's a good question. I probably should know that, but I can't tell you off the top of my head because we heat one of the pools. So, you know,
That's
and
costly.
that's costly. And the chemicals, and we check the water in the pool twice a day. So we have our maintenance director. He checks that water 7 days a week, 2 times a day. We make sure the pool is always perfect.
And it is. It is always just spotlessly clean.
It's great. So when you look at the pool, it's great. Like I said, other than, you know, don't go to the basement. Just don't go down there. But it's very costly. But again, for our why, for where we are, for what we do, we believe that we have to have the pool.
Absolutely.
And we just want to do that. There are some Ys that are closing their pools, and they're making pickleball courts and community rooms. But not our Y. We'll always make sure that we have a pool.
Well, like Doug said, there was always, not always, but there's been a longstanding YMCA swimming team. But I can bet you that the high school, Doug, would have not have even given a thought to having a swimming team if the Y's pool didn't exist.
And that's correct. They would have not been able to. And one of the great things about the YMCA as well too, when it was built in the mid-'70s, that's where I learned to swim in the mid to late '70s there. It is adjacent to Summit View Elementary School, our middle school, and our high school as well too. So if you are a student at one of those schools or you want to be on the high school team, you can get out of high school and you can walk to practice as well too.
That's great.
So it's a perfect ideal location. Not all communities are that close where the school system and the YMCA are that close, but it works out perfectly for everyone.
Any day of the week in the summertime, spring and summertime, you drive by and there's always something going on out in the front lawn area.
Yes.
Always kids on the playground, and that's just the inside. I mean, that's just the outside. The inside, there's tons of activities going on. So to your point, Doug, it is practically central to many of the goings on in Waynesboro, but it's central to the fabric of Waynesboro and our area. And
even outside of Waynesboro.
Well, you know, everybody has a Y story. You know, my kids have a Y story. They were there.
This one had his wife through the Y.
How about that? I don't know if we can beat his story.
No, that one probably cops ours.
It's great.
Hey, if there was ever reason to get your money together to put here, it's because I found my wife by virtue of having our child, wonderful family. So
I have gone to the Y and have not met my soulmate yet.
To the surprise of no one.
Maybe come. Maybe come.
Swim with Santa might be my event.
That's it. You can go and sit on Santa's lap and say, "Look, Santa, We got to lay it out here right now.
This is what I really want.
We're going to have some elves there, so who knows?
There you go.
Might meet your true love. Yeah.
Katie and the 12 elves.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be great? Okay, with the last minute we have here, Kim, let's really hone in on this event and just get all the details out. So tell us again the date, the time, the cost, everything about Swim with Santa.
So December 15th is going to be 2 to 4 in the afternoon. Show up at the Y. We'll make sure you get in and see Santa and get in the pool. It's $15 a person because it is a fundraiser. And we hope to see you there. You can contact us, get on our website, give us a call, stop by, make a donation, buy some raffle tickets.
Have some fun.
Have some fun. It's great.
Fun for a good cause.
Absolutely. And let's get that pool.
Let's get it done.
We start in March, yes?
Yeah, we're gonna have it shut down in March for the repair. So we want to have our money in order by then. So far the community has really come together, and we are just going to keep marching on.
Okay.
And we want Katie to have a place to meet her soulmate. So come on, community, let's get Katie.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We might have to have a fundraiser there. Get Katie hitched at the pool.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't think you're gonna. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna raise any money that way, but we can try it out.
You thought the underside of the pool was scary.
Well, Kim and Doug, thank you for taking time to talk to us today on Let's Talk Tri-State, and best of luck with your event on Sunday.
And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Yes.
Thank you for having us today.
Yeah.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at news and sports, all powered by Legends Bar in Chambersburg. You can satisfy your sports fix at Legends Bar with game day specials and cold brews. They are located Hollywell Avenue in Chambersburg.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at Surplus City. Check out their great selection of toys. Surplus City has all the Christmas decor, ornaments, signs, garlands, and pines you need to wrap up the holidays, along with garden flags, crafts, paints, deco, and mesh. A Surplus City gift card's a great gift idea. You'll also find clear plastic for windows, tarps, stovepipe, and chimney brushes. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Surplus City, Westside Plaza, Lincoln Way West, Chambersburg. Are you currently medically uninsured and a citizen of Washington County, Maryland? Uninsured citizens are healthier and more productive through free access to health care. The Community Free Clinic can help those in need of physical or mental health care, including prescription medicine and lab services. Services are not based on income. Most services are free to qualifying patients. Are you currently medically uninsured? If you are in need of physical or mental health care, go to mycommunityfreeclinic.org to see if you qualify. Your health, their priority.
Space is important, and so is not being a hoarder. At On Point Storage in Chambersburg and Fayetteville, they have all the space you'll ever need, from a cubby to a whole lot. On Point Storage has climate-controlled units, the ultimate space to keep your things safe. And right now, save half off the first full month's rent at their Chambersburg and Fayetteville units. On Point Storage, state-of-the-art storage with 24-hour access and video surveillance. Declutter your home with a climate-controlled unit at On Point.